Let's take another call here from Chris in Ararat in Victoria. Hi, Chris. Welcome.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. John, firstly, I just want to thank you for this morning explaining how Noah was middle-coloured and in his family they were lighter and darker. And I'm just thinking on to the Tower of Babel, and when everyone was scattered around the world and they were given different languages and people, and I think there they were given sort of extra colours.
Now, coming from Ararat, have you found the boat yet? Oh, sorry, that's the Ararat in Victoria, isn't it? I know, I've been there, right? And it is named after...
it's over the other side.
Yeah, it is named after the biblical Ararat, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yes.
And when you look at the question you've just asked, yes, we start from Adam, who's a rosy brown. Now, having travelled all over the planet from the coldest of the sort of subarctic all the way down to the deserts of the Middle East and over here, you find that the middle brown colour works well anywhere, right? It doesn't matter whether you're an Eskimo who's middle brown or you're an Arab who's middle brown, it's a good colour for anywhere. But if you look at those who've lost the ability to make enough melanin, the white people, their skin is okay in cold countries, but it's no good in hot countries. We have the highest death rate from skin cancer on the planet. An Aboriginal may get skin cancer on the hands or on the soles of his feet, right? That's the only place he's going to get it, right? And if you look at black skin, that does really well in the desert. In fact, his skin is so dark, he can't do well in the cold because his skin can't make vitamin D. So by the time we get through to Noah and his 3 different shades of colour that come out in his children, and they're named according to their colour, from then on, the skin colour is obviously unstable. You've heard of unstable genes that can go backwards and forwards. Well, this is what's happening. And then for the first couple of 100 years after Noah's flood, they basically do a bit of moving. It's described in Genesis 10:11. They go to the east, then come back. They build a big tower, and that's when God really gets mad, because he told them after the flood, go into all the world. And just like the early Christians, they stayed in Jerusalem, right? They didn't go into all the world. They wanted to build a big trade union headquarters, and they reach up, make their own religion, ascend into heaven, and God was really angry at that. So he confused their languages. Now, don't be surprised he can do that, because he invented language in the first place. Changing the verb order of the noun or the whatever, he had no trouble doing that till we could no longer comprehend each other. And here's me saying, you stupid idiot, I can't even understand what you're saying. And we divide naturally into our language groups. But that then enables further confusion of the skin colours, right? And so, yes, you're quite right. God didn't give them extra skin colours at Babel. He gave them languages, and that's one thing that took some people to the Arctic, some people to the deserts. And if you had the skin colour that could survive, that's the one that's selected, right? And so you end up with more variations until you go right from albino, which doesn't work well anywhere, all the way through to absolutely jet black and Ethiopian, who's really tall, so he can get maximum skin exposure, so he can make enough vitamin D. And that's the world you live in today.
Chris in Ararat, thank you so much for your call. We'll take more calls after Vision National News. 1800 316 316. Our special guest is John Mackay, the creation guy, the founder of Creation Research and the Aussie Creation Museum Jurassic Ark. Back with more after news.